Ever stumbled upon a Hollywood tale so wild it feels like fiction, yet it's entirely true? Picture this. Michelle Pfeiffer clinched her unforgettable role as Elvira in the 1983 blockbuster Scarface by quite literally making Al Pacino bleed during her audition. It's a story of grit, surprise casting coups, and a woman proving herself in a man's world. It still captivates film buffs today. But here's where it gets controversial. Was Pfeiffer's bold move just a stroke of genius? Or does it highlight deeper issues in how women are cast and treated in action-packed genres? Stick around, because there's more to unpack about this legendary flick and its stars. In the gritty realm of gangster films, female characters often play second fiddle to the macho lead players, relegated to the sidelines with roles that feel like afterthoughts. Take the iconic closing door in The Godfather, symbolizing how Michael's wife is shut out from his shadowy empire, a poignant reminder of the male-dominated narratives that defined the genre back then. Shows like The Sopranos later flipped the script by giving depth and complexity to female roles, making characters like Carnella or Meadow just as riveting as the men. Yet, one performance stands out as a beacon in this often thankless territory: Michelle Pfeiffer's portrayal of Elvira Hancock in Scarface. And believe it or not, she didn't just land the part, she fought for it in a way that involved a dash of drama and a whole lot of spilled blood. At the heart of Scarface, Pfeiffer embodies Elvira, the disillusioned partner of Miami's ruthless crime boss Frank Lopez, played by Robert Loggia. She's initially paired with Frank, but Tony Montana, the fiery, ambitious Cuban immigrant brought to life by Al Pacino, sets his sights on her right from their first encounter. Elvira starts off icy and dismissive toward Tony, viewing him as an uncouth outsider. But as Frank's grip on power loosens and his vulnerabilities show, she begins to see Tony's raw energy as a potential escape. It's a subtle shift that Pfeiffer nails, transforming Elvira from a status symbol into a woman navigating a dangerous game of alliances in a world ruled by egos and violence. The road to Pfeiffer's casting was anything but smooth. Producers Martin Bregman and director Brian De Palma auditioned a slew of top-tier actresses for the role, including Carrie Fisher, Kim Basinger, Sigourney Weaver, and Geena Davis. Pfeiffer, fresh off the disappointing box office flop Grease 2, was far from the top of their list. Her agent had to practically beg for an audition, and she even footed the bill for her own flight, though she got reimbursed afterward. Once on set, though, she turned heads in a way that was impossible to ignore, creating an instant chemistry that Bregman later described as magical. Now, this is the part most people miss, and it's where the real intrigue kicks in. Al Pacino, the film's powerhouse star, wasn't initially sold on Pfeiffer. With a string of Oscar-nominated hits like The Godfather, Serpico, and Dog Day Afternoon under his belt, Pacino had major sway over the casting. In fact, Scarface was his brainchild, inspired by Howard Hawks' banned 1932 original, which he screened and became obsessed with. At just 23 years old, Pfeiffer confessed in an interview with Jimmy Fallon that the audition process left her terrified. While De Palma cheered her on, Pacino's skepticism lingered. He reportedly preferred Glenn Close for the part. Bregman, however, was smitten from the start, recalling how Pfeiffer lit up the stage and sparked an undeniable on-screen spark with Pacino right there in the audition room. Despite Pacino's doubts, Pfeiffer's screen test sealed the deal in the most unexpected fashion. Feeling the pressure and with hopes fading, she threw caution to the wind during a rehearsal of Elvira's explosive restaurant scene. In the throes of the scene, which involves smashing glasses and wreaking havoc, Pfeiffer realized something shocking. Blood was everywhere, but it wasn't hers. Pacino had cut himself, and Pfeiffer credits that accidental injury with shifting the tide. It grabbed his attention, proved her commitment, and ultimately won her the role. Scarface is undeniably dominated by Pacino's explosive portrayal of Tony Montana, a performance so intense it threatens to overshadow everyone else. Yet Pfeiffer holds her own in what could have been a stereotypical trophy wife part, infusing Elvira with layers that make her more than just eye candy. Dressed to the nines in glamorous early 80s outfits, with perfect hair and makeup, Elvira's sharp wit and defiance hint at a life of being objectified by domineering men like Frank and Tony. To then, she's a symbol of success, a pretty accessory to flaunt at parties, snort cocaine with, and perhaps bear children for. But over time, this luxurious yet hollow existence weighs on her, turning the perks into burdens she longs to escape. Pfeiffer masterfully portrays Elvira's evolution with just a few key scenes. Her character starts with biting sarcasm, mocking Frank's softness and dismissing Tony's advances. But in the film's climactic dinner table confrontation, Elvira asserts her independence, storming out on Tony and leaving him to face his downfall alone. It's a rare moment where Pacino is upstaged, and Pfeiffer's raw, fiery delivery stands as arguably the movie's most powerful acting moment. In proving Pacino wrong, she not only delivered a standout performance but also launched her own path to stardom, proving that even in tough genres, women can steal the spotlight. Here's where it gets really thought-provoking. Pfeiffer's casting triumph raises eyebrows about gender dynamics in Hollywood. Was her making Pacino bleed a clever stunt that showcased her talent? Or does it underscore how women often have to go to extreme lengths to be taken seriously in male-led stories? Some might argue it was pure luck, while others see it as a metaphor for breaking barriers. And what about Pacino's initial resistance? Was it justified given her limited resume? Or a missed opportunity that could have overlooked a gem? These are the debates that keep Scarface discussions lively. Do you think Pfeiffer's approach was empowering? Or do we need to rethink how auditions and roles are handled to give women fairer chances? Share your take in the comments. Agree, disagree, or add your own twist. What's your favorite Pfeiffer role? And how does it compare to this Scarface standout?